Hi everyone, Julie here. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video I thought I would do a little bit of a walkthrough, installation guide and how to use the Huion Kamvas 16 Pro. So I did a video a while back about the Kamvas Pro 13 and I absolutely loved that display pen tablet thingy. And a lot of you really appreciated the video that I put up. But while I did love it, there was something that was sort of bugging me a little bit about it. So I have upgraded to the 16-inch Kamvas Pro. So this is the GT 1602 and that's it there. And I've got my pen set up, and if I scroll back a bit you can see my whole setup there. I've also still got the mini dial, which is an awesome product, and I have it set up on an angle to my desk, so I find that that is quite a comfortable angle. So this is a fabulous tablet for retouching or digital art or anything that you would like to do. Basically, I guess with Photoshop. You can use it outside of Photoshop. So this is the tablet here. So I've got it connected here. There's a two little prong connection and that runs down a hole in the back of my desk and it connects to my computer, and you must have it connected to a computer. This is not a standalone tablet, so it is for working with your computer. So it has, now if I zoom in here and hopefully you can see this, so it has buttons down the side. It doesn't have dials like the 13 did, and I do love the dials. However, I have got the dial on my mini, so that's pretty awesome. I have also got these little stickers. What I did previously have was just a bit of tape that was on the side of my buttons, but these are little stickers that came with it that I can put, so you can see that I've got my space bar, so my grab tool, I've got Alt Shift R for rotate, and I've got save, I've got my V, and I've got my brush and undo. I've also got a whole heap of stuff on my dial as well, so I use them in conjunction of those. So once you have connected your tablet to your computer and turned it on, the first thing you need to do is go to the Huion website, to their support page, and I'll show you that in a tick, and download the software. So this is on the Huion website. So this is the Kamvas Pro 16. This is the 2.5K, and there is a little comparison which I'll show you in a tick. So this is just on their website. So what you need to do once you're all connected is you need to go to support and go to product support, and you'll want to do your driver and possibly even your manual, because the manual that comes with it's pretty small. So go to display pens. So what you want to do is go to Kamvas Pro, click on here, and you want to go down, just scroll. You need to get the right product. So this is the GT 1602, and you can download the drivers for Windows, Mac or Linux and go from there. Once you have downloaded it, it's just a matter of installing it on your computer and it will look like this. Okay, so once you've got your driver set up, you will probably see the little Huion display here. If not, you can just go in through however you would normally find your software that you've got. So you could search for it in the space bar and stuff like that. So this is the working area. Now I have the Kamvas 2, I've also got the key dial mini K20 as well, remember, so I can switch between the two, but I want to keep to the Pro 16. Now I can then come in and I can set my buttons, but what I want to do is I want to set my working area. So I've actually got two screens, so this is my other screen. I want to set my working area, so you can move it around, you can do screen ratios, you can do custom screens, stuff like that. The other thing that you would want to do is a monitor calibration. So if you click on that, you will then need to pick up your pen on your tablet, and you will need to tap on the little red dot where those crosses are, and that will calibrate your display monitor. You can then come in to your pen and you can set these. So I've got, these are the buttons on my pen, and I've got right mouse click and erase there, just quick links. You can go to the store and there's different things that'll open a link to the store on a different page, and you can buy extra nibs and things like that. If you go to the pen display, you've got working area, you click back over to your press key. So you can come in and you can set whatever you want your buttons to do. So for instance, this one, and you can decide whether you want a keyboard key or if you want mouse tools and things like that. So say I didn't want, this had none written on there, I click on that, and then what I would do on my actual keyboard is I hit B, and that is now B for brush. You can go through and you can set them all up. You can do multiple, so if you want it to shift plus, or if you want control plus, which means full screen, you can do things like that. So lots of different things that you can do with it. So that's pretty much it set up. So what's the difference between the different tablets? And you can run a model comparison, which is awesome. So the previous video and the tablet that I had was the Kamvas 13 Gen 3, and it was fabulous. I loved it, but I just found it a touch small, especially when I was on Photoshop. I really struggled to see the buttons and things on the side. So I opted to go up to the 16. Now I did actually try the 24, but I found it took up so much of my desk space. It was too big. But I have found that the 16 is perfect. Now if I go and do a comparison, so this is just going and doing the comparison on their website. This is the Pro 16. This is the Pro 16 Plus 4K, and then there's the Kamvas Pro 16 4K, and then of course the one that I've got, which is the Pro 16 2.5K. Now the difference is not a huge amount in some things. So the basic Pro 16 is a little bit heavier, it's a little bit bigger than some of the others. The Kamvas Pro 16 Plus, like the 4K one, is actually a little bit thicker. The working area is very, very similar. It's minute differences. Between the 4K and the 2.5K, there's very little in weight wise. There is a touch more weight in the basic one. The basic one has a touch bar, which I'm not 100% sure what that is, maybe like a space bar. The others don't have it. Then you've got, they all come with a stand. You've got different video interface. Everything's pretty much the same. So they've all got anti-glare etched glass, they've all got full lamination. The contrast ratio differs a little bit depending on which one you want. Brightness, response times, I've found that the Pro 16 2.5K is 14 milliseconds, whereas the others are 25. Everything's pretty much same. Display color, The basic one has a different pen to the others. Again, I think I've used both pens and didn't really have a problem with them. Just make sure if you're getting new nibs, you get the right nibs for your pen. Where they differ is in the resolution. So the base one is only 1920 by 1080, so basic HD 16.9. The one that I've got is 2560 by 1440, which I find is more than sufficient for the work that I'm doing. But if you want to jump up from there, you could go to the 4K, which is 380 40 by 2160. So, and they're Ultra HD. So it just depends on how much you want to spend and what you want. But if you want to go do the comparison between the different ones, go for it. That's it there. So I've opened up Photoshop and I've got an image that I've been working on, and I can go through. There's so much I can do, and I might do another video entirely on actually using the pen display, but I can come here, and this is where I love the 16. It's a little bit bigger, so I can easily see what I'm working on, and I can see all my screens. I can come through and I can easily see these. But of course, if you are struggling, you can still look up at your monitor, which is right there in front of you, and you can see everything that you're working on there as well. So what's so good about using a display pen as opposed to a standard graphics tablet, or even just using a mouse? So I do love the feel of the etched glass with the pen. It's so buttery smooth to work with. You can't get the same level of detail using a mouse. I do love using a standard tablet as well, and when I travel, I don't take my big one because it's heavy. I take just a standard tablet that it doesn't have a display in it, so it's much lighter, much smaller. I don't have to worry about the glass getting broken, so I do have another one that I use for traveling. But when I am at home, I always go straight for this one. The detail you can get to with a pen is incredible, especially when you zoom in to get fine detail. And for instance, this particular image is a photo that I have made a composite with, but I have also used the mixer brush to paint over the top, and it gives me beautiful, beautiful access to the details. You just can't get that with the mouse. So the difference between a display and a tablet, they're slightly different. I would probably explain the graphics tablet as like working on paper, so you feel like you've got that tactile experience. But when you are working on the glass, it gives you a beautiful, beautiful, smooth, sort of painterly feel to it because it's got that gorgeous texture. Okay, so that's it for today's video. I just wanted to update you guys on the fact that I've updated from the Kamvas 13 to the Kamvas 16. I love the size. It is perfect for my work area. I will put the links down below, so if you want to go check out the Kamvas Pro 16 2.5K, or even go and do the comparison between all of the 16-inch tablets, go for it. So I'll put that down below. So thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, maybe hit that like button and perhaps give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. It means the world to me to have you come along on my journey. And I guess that's it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on YouTube. Bye.